in Colorado is great for the most part. I am a native of Colorado. I have lived here my entire life, but I will say there are still some cons about living here, and I continually hear them from you guys, from the comments from these videos, and that's what I want to talk about, the top 5 cons about living in Denver, Colorado. I am Christy Lee. I am a local real estate agent in the state of Colorado, and I hear from all of you all the time. And here's the top 5 reasons, the biggest complaints on why people either try to get the heck out of here or are really shocked about moving here and didn't really realize what they were getting themselves into. All right, so the very first one is going to be traffic. Honestly, we have crazy ass traffic, and it's just getting worse because so many people actually are moving here. So if you're thinking about moving here, expect to be a lot of road construction, a lot of bottlenecking, a lot of just cars on the road. And the problem is that Colorado, or Denver specifically, was not created to handle this many cars. And to kind of piggyback on that, our public transportation is very lacking. So there's more cars than public transportation. We do have the light rail, we do have the RTD, which is our bus system here. And yes, they are good. They are good, but they're not great. I mean, it's not like you're gonna have the subway system that you may have in, New York, or the L that you have in Chicago, and the trains. We don't have anything like that. So everybody is just on these roads. We have constant traffic, constant road construction. Oh my gosh, up north, like near Loveland and Fort Collins, it's constantly being worked on up there. It's just a fiasco, and it's just not fun to be on the road. If you're not gonna travel, if you're not gonna drive, then the RTD and the light rail it's great, but they don't go to all the places. They don't go way up north. They don't go way out south. I mean, it's just, they go to certain spots, and then from there you still have to drive. I mean, honestly, that is kind of another negative as well, is that for the most part, you actually have to own a car unless you live in Denver, actual suburb, in the city. You actually have to own a car because everywhere else is too spread out. You have to get a car or even a bike, I guess, to get you from place to place. And that is definitely a con, and something that some people, especially coming from larger cities, don't expect when they move here. Another thing that people don't expect until you move here, and you probably don't even think about it, especially when coming from different areas of the country and you're buying a house, is property insurance is going to vary depending on area, of course. But they are skyrocketing in certain specific areas just due to natural disasters within Colorado. A lot of people don't think about this kind of stuff. So your homeowner's insurance is going to be a lot higher if you are in a flood zone, if you are in a fire area that's prone to fires, or if Colorado always has hail, so you always have to have that kind of thing. But people don't think about the hail either. We get hail, we have a hail season. It's roughly around June of every single year, and we get pounded with hail. So you do need to know that. We have had some massive fires over here in the last few years, and one specifically a few years back that actually took out 1,000 houses. It was actually right there in the city of Louisville and Superior. So if you now want to have a house in those areas, your insurance is going to be quite a bit higher. Flood zones. We had we've had a few, but massive flood back in 2015, I believe, that flooded out so many areas near Boulder, Jamestown, up there in that northwestern area. So now, again, if you are going to be wanting to buy a house in the flood zones, your insurance is going to be skyrocketing. A lot of people just don't think about that because they just want to live in Colorado. They want to be close to the mountains. They want to have all these views. But unfortunately, those areas, those insurance prices for homeowners insurance are significantly higher than some of the other areas within town. Now, I don't think it's any shocker that we are more expensive than some of the other states in the nation. So when you are moving here, I feel like most people have done their research. They do know what they're coming into, knowing that they're going to have to probably spend more for housing. But our housing has significantly increased in the last 10 years, and 20% increase in 10 years. 10 years ago, home prices were roughly $250,000. Now they're pushing $600,000 just on average. For the most part, honestly, they're going to be even more than that. Especially in the Denver metro area. You could get obviously things a lot less than that in different areas of Colorado. Definitely northern Colorado, eastern Colorado, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck. But if you want to be Denver Metro, around suburbs of Denver, you're going to be definitely right around the honestly, almost $7,000 or $700,000. Now, rent as well. Now, Denver proper, okay, that's where I'm talking about. In 2017, a 900 square foot apartment was roughly about $1,800. Now you're pushing $3,000. So if you're moving here, please do your research. Make sure you are in an area, one, that you love, two, that you can afford, because it is pretty expensive. If you're closer to the mountains, say if you want to be close to Boulder, those prices are going to be expensive as well, especially in Boulder. Boulder is actually more expensive than even Denver. But just note, the closer you are to the mountains, the more expensive it's going to be. Now, because housing prices have gone up so much, we do have, which people are also pretty shocked about when they move here, is we have a significant homeless issue right now. It is one of the worst in the nations. There's tent encampments quite a bit. They're trying to get rid of some of those, around the city, but it is pretty unfortunate seeing all the homeless now, because they just can't afford housing. So we are seeing that. So when you're moving here, you're thinking, maybe you were here maybe 10, 15 years ago and you remember a specific way. Well, unfortunately, now if you come back, Denver specifically looks a lot different, unfortunately, and I hope we could get back to the old ways of our city, because that was when it was amazing and beautiful and vibrant. But right now there is a significant homeless population. In fact, in 2023 was the last census done, and we're right around 9,000 people on the streets right now, which is very unfortunate. So that is something that's pretty much it's pretty shocking for a lot of people who are coming here. But honestly, I live here and it's pretty shocking to me as well. And it's a lot to do with just our outrageous home prices. Now, people move here for the most part for our outdoor recreation, right? So everybody moves here because they want to go skiing or snowboarding, camping, just take advantage of our amazing outdoor recreation. However, a lot of people just don't think about the cost that's involved with that, and they are shocked when they get out here and realize that it's super freaking expensive. In fact, right now, just for a one-day ski pass out in Breckenridge, it's anywhere between $156 to $225, depending on the day, for one adult ticket. That is significant. That is so expensive. If you are a camper like myself, yes, you can go off the grid. You can go other places, and if you want to bring a generator or whatever. Me, I'm a glamper. So all of the places that we tend to go to are anywhere between $60 a night to $200 a night. I mean, that's a hotel room, So you're not saving any money by doing this half the time. You're just getting the experience. But a lot of people just don't think about that, as well as the traffic, going back to traffic, to get to these places. So on I-70 going up to the mountains, that's our main corridor, it is a nightmare if you want to go, especially over the weekend or any holiday weekend. You're going to be sitting in traffic for hours just to get home, or even to get there for that matter, but definitely to get home. So the more people who are moving here, the more people who are trying to get up to the mountains and come back from the mountains. And honestly, it's just making it not fun. So people who are moving here are kind of like discouraged, because it's like, well, I came here to go skiing all the time. And then they realize, well, it's kind of hard to do it, especially on the weekends. So now they have to rearrange schedules. Maybe they have to go during the week because it's not as busy when you're going up there. The expense of it just normally is just ridiculous. You can get ski passes. That's going to save you money. I know you could save money on kids passes as well. I think actually at a certain point, some of them are offering free ones. Look into that if that's something that you're interested in. But overall, it is very expensive just in general to live here. So those are the cons about Colorado. Would I move? No, I love it. My husband's tried to get me to move to other places, and it's just not going to happen. I absolutely love it. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I am here to help in any way possible. My contact information is right there, so please reach out to me. I'm happy to help answer any questions you might have. To the next video.